Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm filming in a different setup today than what I normally do. I normally film in my spare room. However, at the moment I have a whole heap of washing that is drying in the spare room on this like massive area, and it's really heavy to move, and my spare room is also a little bit of a mess. So I thought I would film in mine and Phil's room today, who is my husband. If you guys like this setup and you would prefer me to film in here, then let me know as well, because I can always switch it up for the new year. But as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is going to be my Christmas wish list for 2023. Now I know this is going up quite late, so I don't know how many of these items I will actually be able to receive, because my family have probably done their Christmas shopping by now. I wanted to make this video just to give you guys some ideas of things that you guys could be asking for Christmas, or if you really need to like do some last minute Christmas shopping, then it could be good to give you guys some ideas on what to get people as well. Also, do excuse my my horrible like almost tan lines. I got burned. I was wearing like a little jumpsuit and it's just done a really awkward tan around it. Obviously I also don't expect to receive everything on this list, but this is just kind of things that have been on my radar at the moment. I've also got to a point where I feel like I just have a lot of stuff and I don't really want to be accumulating a whole bunch of stuff. So everything that I have written down on my phone is either like something that we do need, something that I've recently come across that I haven't yet purchased but I will in future, and there's obviously like a lot of books and stuff on here too because I love books. Yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this Christmas wish list. So the first thing that is on my Christmas wish list is actually something that Phil and I do need, and if we don't receive it for Christmas we probably will end up going and purchasing it, and that is a knife sharpener for Smeg knives. So Phil and I have a block of Smeg knives and they are fantastic knives, but they're starting to get like a little bit blunt now because we've been using them so much, and we've had them for like over a year as well. But they're German steel, and so you can't just put them through any knife sharpener, otherwise it can wreck them. So we need like a specific one for Smeg knives. The next thing that I have written down is just the classic vouchers. So I put this on my Christmas wish list every single year. So the places, I've only got 4 places that I'm looking for vouchers for at the moment. First one being, which is going to come as no surprise to anybody if you've been on my channel for a while, Kmart. I am constantly shopping at Kmart. If you guys have been keeping up with my Vlogmas videos, I don't know if they'll be up by the time that this video goes up, but I've got some home projects that are coming in Vlogmas videos that I have just been in and out of Kmart for. I have loved Kmart's summer clothing range this year as well. They have some really nice pieces. Pretty much all of my homeware that I have got in my house is either thrifted or from Kmart, so I'm constantly going into Kmart for things. But the next place again will come as no surprise if you've been on my channel for a while, and that is Wickles. I am a big reader. I always have been ever since I was younger, but I've definitely started to read more as an adult. I read a lot in high school and then it kind of like dropped off after high school, like because obviously like life gets busy and things like that. But recently, over the past couple of years, I've been reading a lot more, and I do have a lot of books on my shelf already that I haven't read, but I also have like a massive list of ones that I want to buy. So Wickles voucher would be amazing. And the last 2 places go kind of hand in hand, and that is Mecca and Sephora, just because I love trying like new skincare, new beauty products, new makeup. I've got my eye on some like makeup and skincare stuff from Innisfree, which you get at Sephora, and also like I love all their like body stuff, especially in Mecca and like the Soap and Glory range, but I also like want to branch out and try some different brands as well. The next 2 things I might do together, so I have 2 games on my Christmas wish list. The first one is Catan. So I learnt to play Catan with my friends Joe and Daisy at their house, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've almost purchased this a couple of times brand new, but I've been looking in the op shops as well, but I haven't found any so far in there. And I've also been looking on Facebook Marketplace, but they're still like really expensive. I know that you can get like different versions and stuff. Phil and I are big board game people. We've got quite a lot of different board games, and we like to throw like games nights and things. We don't do it as much, but we like to have people over, or when we have people come and stay, it's quite a nice like bonding bonding thing. The last one that I have on my list is Gift Trap. Now we played this for Rachel's 25th when we were away in Waiheke, and it's basically to do with like presents. So you get points, you have like I think it's like a square board, and in the middle you have like little cards that have different like presents on, and like you know what they are. So it could be like a year's full of free groceries, it could be your dream wedding, it could be like a holiday away on a cruise and something like that, and you put them all in the middle. Basically you all have like a different color present, so like all of you who are playing, and you basically have to try and guess what the other people would want. And you have little like tokens that you can put on, so you get like a 1, 2 and 3, so like best, then the next present, then the next present, and then you also have one that it's like no way, I absolutely would not. And like the first like present that you really want is worth like 3 points, then 2 points, then 1 point, and then the one that you definitely don't want is -4 points. And all of the presents are like numbered. Phil could be green, I could be pink, someone else could be blue. You have like little cards that have numbers 1 to 9, and so basically you just give whatever number to whoever of what present you think that they would like, and then it all gets revealed at the end, and then you get points for if you get the present that they really want right, and then you also get points for how well people know you. It's kind of a little bit confusing me just like blabbing it off like that. If you've played the game you'll understand, but if not, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But it was so much fun, and like you can play it with quite a lot of people as well, and then you can get like extension packs and things. I think you either have to order it on Amazon or get it from Mighty Ape here in New Zealand, because it's not in the board game stores. Next thing that I have written down again is kind of a need. It's not like a straight away need, but it's going to be a need very soon, and that is a new phone. So I have had this phone for probably like at least 3 years. It's to the point where like my camera has like a massive crack through it. At certain points I can't take photos because the light, like the sunlight, just filters through the crack and it just doesn't look great. My camera is also slowly but surely getting worse on this, and it's also just like really slow to respond, and it lags when I'm texting and stuff. So it's just to the point where like it doesn't work as well as it could. It also doesn't have an NFC in it either, which means I can't like paywave with my phone, which is really inconvenient. So I would just like a new phone. I don't know what one. I tend to be a Samsung girly, but I could be an iPhone girly, but I don't know. I'm also like not very like in the know with technology, so I don't have like a specific one. I also want to get a phone that I can get cases for, because this one is just like a normal phone, but I can't find any cases for it because all the cases are too big. The next two things I might do together because they are both clothing items. So the first clothing item that I would love to receive is like a new kind of like leather or leather look jacket. My old one started like peeling and going gross, so I threw that out, and then I replaced it with one that I bought on Facebook Marketplace, which was originally from Princess Polly. Perfect size, perfect fit and everything, and then I wore it a couple of times and I had my handbag on my arm, and then my handbag actually ripped up all of the like pleather on the jacket, and it just looked so yuck, and I just couldn't save it, so I had to bin it, and I've not replaced my leather jackets since. I've tried on a couple, but I don't like them to fit boxy, which seems to be like the trend at the moment. Like I like them to be a bit more fitted, and I like them to kind of sit like above or like on my waist. That is what I'm after. I don't want any like fancy buckles or wool on the hood. I just want a simple plain leather jacket. And then the last clothing piece that I would love to receive is a dress from Ruby, but it's basically just like a slim tight fitting cotton dress. It's like a blue and white check, and it has a split on the side. I have tried this dress on previously and I love it. It literally fits me like a glove, but Ruby dresses are quite expensive and I have just not been able to justify it because it's not something that I desperately need, but it would just be such a nice dress to wear to church, because it's also like a maxi dress, so it's like very modest. And then the last few things that I've got on here are just books. So the first book that I would love to receive is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So this book is another book that's kind of in the Inheritance Games world. It is following the two like main brothers from Inheritance Games trilogy. So I've finished the entire trilogy. I loved it. I flew through it. Very short chapters, very easy to read, and I just really would like to read this installment. Jennifer Lynn Barnes released it this year, so it is quite a new one, and I've just not got my hands on it yet. So I would love to just like read that and then be like fully finished as of right now with the Inheritance Games world. But there is a new book that is coming next year, which is like I think a year's time from the end of the last Inheritance Games book in the trilogy. The next book that I would love to receive is a little bit of a different one, and that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Now this one is a cozy fantasy book. You can buy it from Mighty Ape, I think, or Amazon online here in New Zealand because you can't buy it in the bookstores. You are just following Emily Wilde as she is basically just studying fairies, studying like little creatures and things, and she's just writing an encyclopedia about them. So I just think it'll be like such a magical, cute and cozy read. I think there's another book that is to do with Emily Wilde that's coming next year, I think. Don't quote me on that. As of like right now, it's like a book that you can read on its own. It's not like in a series. Cover is the cutest thing, and I don't really have any cozy fantasies, so I would love to just like dip my toe into that kind of genre and see what I think. The next two books I'm going to do together, and that is Binding 13 and Keeping 13. I'm pretty sure they're written by Chloe Walsh. Basically this is a small town series. They're the first two books in the Boys of Tomlin series. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think each book follows a different character. I think it talks about this girl who moves to this small town and she's struggling with a lot of things, and she's like trying to settle into either high school or college. The books are like really chunky, like they're like, I think they're like 800-page books. Everybody is like raving about them, and I would love just to see what the hype is about, essentially. And then the last two books that I have on my Christmas wish list is Until I Die and If I Should Die by Amy Plum. So these are the last two books in the Die For Me trilogy. These are the only two books that I have actually read. So I read this trilogy back in high school and I fell in love, and basically it kind of has similar ideas to Twilight, except the guy isn't a vampire. I don't know if it says on the back of the book what he is, but basically he is someone who is part of the supernatural world. She, like, this girl is trying to like figure out what's kind of going on, who he is, because she acknowledges the fact that like he's a little bit odd, he's a little bit strange. I loved the trilogy. I flew through it so quickly, but I only have the first book, and I believe the last two books you can get pretty cheap on Mighty Ape, because again they don't stock them in Wickles, or I don't think they even stock it in Paper Plus. But I would just love to have the entire series on my bookshelf. It's like paranormal fiction, I think, is like the official title, because it's like this guy kind of plays around with like time and death and things like that. Okay, hopefully I'm in kind of the same position. My battery just died, so I've just changed it over. But I don't typically like reading paranormal stuff. Like, in fact, I pretty much stay away from it because it really freaks me out. But I really enjoyed the series. To me, it kind of gives more like urban fantasy, like more like magical realism. Like, it's set in like the real world, but it just has like a supernatural world alongside this world that you can't see, like centuries old wars and stuff that have been going on. And I definitely think it's one that I want to reread, but it's also YA, so it's like really easy to read. So there we go, guys. That is officially everything that is on my Christmas wish list for 2023. Again, I could have put so many more books on here, but I've tried to keep it at that. Again, I don't really feel like I need a whole heap of stuff. I'm quite content with everything that I do have. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to turn on the notifications and check out my social media. It's always linked down below in the description box. If you guys have missed any of my previous Christmas videos for 2023, I will leave the playlist down below. This one will be like my last official sit down Christmas video for 2023. I am still doing Vlogmas as well, so if you've missed my Vlogmas videos for 2023, I will leave the playlist down below as well. I'm hoping to get up another one very soon, and then there will be like 1 week that comes like after Christmas, because it's like the Christmas week vlog, so I'm going to try and get that up before the end of the year. That is all from me. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Drop down in the comments as well what you guys are asking for Christmas. I would love to know. I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye.